Hello, my name is Shivani and this is the Curly Bookworm, and we talk about books on this channel. Okay, so before we begin, I just want to say that if you like this video, please like it and share it, and also subscribe to the channel because that's kind of encouraging and it's a good thing to do. I've been reading a whole bunch of things in the last few years, some new genres. I've been trying out a whole bunch of things, and I realized that one of the things that happens is that there are a few genres that we want to get into, we're interested in, but then we try a book in that particular genre and we don't like it, and we realize that that's not for us, or we just write it off. So I'm going to do a series, and that series is going to talk about different genres, and I'm going to tell you a few books that you can start out with in that genre that are friendly, that aren't hard, that is easy to get into that genre. So today we're going to be talking about sci-fi. So the one thing to note here is that my recommendations today are going to range in terms of the intensity of sci-fi, because I want to kind of give you something that's easy to get into. So all of you sci-fi lovers out there, please don't come and kill me. Some of these books here are like genre benders. They're not necessarily within sci-fi, they're not fantasy either, but it's fantastical in a certain way. My recommendations are going to go from a little sci-fi to a lot sci-fi. So let's begin. This book, The Humans by Matt Haig. I have talked about Matt Haig before. I really love this author. It's such a simple story, but it's kind of falls into sci-fi. So this is it's like a book about body snatching, I think. So what happens is we have our protagonist Andrew, who is kind of dead even before the book starts, and the book starts with an alien coming and snatching up his body and getting into his body and pretending to be him. And this alien pretends to be him to everybody. This guy is a mathematics professor. He's a genius. He's super smart. He's cracked this like crazy mathematical equation / problem, and that's about to change the world that we live in. And so this alien has been sent here on a mission to occupy his body and do a bunch of things with his mathematical work. It's a great book. So because while the premise is sort of sci-fi, the topics are very much human. It is almost like a discourse on humanity. It basically shows you this alien's view of what the humans are like. What do they feel? Why do they do the things that they do? Why do they wear clothes in the first place? Why can't they just walk around naked? Why do they speak in like riddles sometimes? Why do they eat food that they eat, and why do they like it? What are their relationships with their children or their spouses or friends or whatever? What are they driven by? And this alien has to see it. He doesn't really know, so he has to kind of experience it by living this mathematical professor Andrew's life. It's really cool. You kind of step back and see the world that we live in through this alien person's eyes, and you're like, wow, some things make sense and some things are totally like nuts. The reason why I'm recommending it to you is because while the premise is like sci-fi-ish, it's not really like sci-fi. It's easy sci-fi. Pick it up, see what you think, and let me know. Maybe you can move on to the next level of sci-fi. So here's another recommendation for you if you're trying to get into the sci-fi-ish genre. This is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This is a super pacey book. Like, I could not put it down. I think I've read it in like one go. It was like full of suspense and intrigue, and you just want to know what the hell was going on. So the story is about this guy called Jason, who is a physics professor. He is walking home one night and he basically gets like kidnapped, and he's taken to this place and he's knocked out, and when he wakes up in a world that is not his. He doesn't know where the hell he is. He is still Jason, but this is not the world that he lived in. His wife is not his wife. His son is not even born yet. His whole reality is different. He's like this famous physics scientist type of a thing, and from there he tries to like uncover what the hell is going on. There's a lot of plot, there's a lot of story, there's a lot of like intrigue and all kinds of like pacey story points. It's a great book if you're starting out in the whole sci-fi genre. So this is a book that I also want to talk to you about. This is Illuminae. Now, if you want to get into sci-fi and you're hesitating, this is a perfect book for you. This is set in the year 2575. It is about two teenagers who are Katie and Ezra. They are dating, and at this point of time where the story begins, they live on this like tiny planet on the edge of the universe. There are two corporations who are fighting over this planet, and it's crazy because it sounds pretty much like what's happening in our world. Why do you have to go to outer space to have like two big mega corporations fight over something? So Katie and Ezra jump into this spaceship and they go off into space, and there are a bunch of other survivors as well, as this planet is basically blowing up to pieces. There's all kinds of weird things happening on the spaceship, and one of them is that there's a plague, there's a sort of disease that is mutating and it's like making people crazy. And Katie's trying to figure out where this is coming from, what is happening, and she's also a hacker, so she kind of hacks into a bunch of data systems and a whole bunch of things happen. She's basically trying to get through to Ezra, who's lost somewhere aboard the ship. The reason why this is so cool is because of its format, really. It's got like interviews, okay? It's got emails, it's got random pages like this, which is amazing. Post-its don't come with the book, okay? Just saying. It's super pacey, it's super quick, and it's got this really cool AI system. I was trying to not say it, but I'm saying it now. It's got this really cool AI system that you have to know. It's a very cool AI system. That's all I'm going to say about it, although I want to talk more about it. But please read this book and tell me what you think. So The Martian. I'm sure that you guys have either read this book or you've watched the movie. If you have watched the movie, then please read the book if you haven't read the book, because the movie does not do the story justice at all. While, you know, there are some great performances in that movie, it is not the book. The book is hilarious. It's so funny. Okay, so what is this book about, and why should you read it if you're just starting out in sci-fi? It's very, very human, this book. It's a tale of trying to be alive. It's a tale of struggle and surviving. It's about this guy called Mark Whitney, who is on Mars with his crew, and one day there's like a crazy dust storm, and what happens is that his crew is forced to escape because they can't survive it. Everything is going to go into pieces because of this nasty dust storm, and everybody flees. They try to like save him and bring him on board, but they're not able to, and he is now alone on Mars, except that he has like this crazy will to survive. He wants to make it work until somebody comes back for him, or he's able to leave in some way. He is ingenious. He grows things, he finds different ways, and he's hilarious. Like the way this guy is written is hilarious. The first 50 pages in the book are very technical, and you might end up sort of wondering why you picked up this book, and you should know that. So that's the warning that I'm going to give you. But push through those 50-60 pages and then the book is just a riot. It's so heartwarming and it's just lovely. And I will say it again, if you watch the movie and you know what's going to happen, it's okay, just read the book because it's so good. This book, it was so fun to read. This is about a girl called April May who lives in New York. I think she's 20 something, and she's walking around New York after work at some 3 in the morning, and she sees like this giant sculpture. It's almost like a transformer sort of a thing in the middle of the street, and she's like, whoa, what is this? Like, I don't even understand it. And then she calls her best friend and she says, dude, there's this weird thing, and it's just like in the middle of New York. And you know, in New York, in a city like that, there's always sculptures and paintings and weird things going on, but there's something about this that April cannot understand, and it almost looks like an alien came and dropped it and just left it there or whatever. It almost looks like spaceship like, but it's like a transformer like statue. So she documents it. She makes a YouTube video about it and she puts it up online, and instantly it goes viral simply because there are tons of these sculptures everywhere, from like Beijing to Buenos Aires. There's like the same sculpture all across the world. They name him Carl, and when her video goes viral, she has to deal with what happens when your video goes viral, what happens when you get that kind of fame, like how it affects her relationships, her job, all of those things. Again, I know that this is not sounding like sci-fi to you, which is fine. It's just like a good entry into a world that is not our own. This is more a book and a commentary on like what happens to a person when you become social media famous, and how do you handle it. And it's so human and so current and so relevant. Either way, whether you like this genre, whether you call this sci-fi or not, I definitely think you should read this book because it's a great book. Let me know what you think. That's all I have for today. I just wanted to leave you with 5 recommendations that would help you get into a genre that you're not necessarily comfortable with and you don't know what you should start if you're starting this genre. I will continue this series soon. Maybe I'll pick up like a genre like fantasy, or perhaps literary fiction or historical fiction. Let me know in the comments below which genres you want me to give you suggestions for. I will see you soon. That's it for today. Bye.